Hey everyone. Just I know my mic is open, but just for a test, because I know people who if you were here yesterday, then you noticed I had my mute mited. Mited. What's mited? Muted. Anyways, welcome to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. As always, before we do anything, shout out to everyone in the chat room. Like this video if you haven't liked it. If you're watching this after the live, be sure to like it. Here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, you're getting daily and consistent content in hot topics in reality TV, in music, entertainment, and more. We just found out that Bill Gates and Melinda Gates are getting a divorce after 27 years of marriage. This pandemic has got everybody in their feelings. Well, if you enjoy hot topics like that and in reality TV recaps, you're at the right channel. I've been reading so many of your sweet, incredible comments. Just know that I'm reading it. I try to respond to as many people as possible, but I just can't. It's just impossible. But the messages that you guys have been leaving have been so endearing that you're glad that you found this channel. I'm glad that you found this channel. I appreciate everyone's support. Shout out to my mods in the building. If you would like to be a moderator of the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, let me know in the comments, in the live chat, or if you're watching this afterwards, let me know in the comments and we can work something out. We need more moderators. We're growing. Well, the reason why we're doing this live tonight is to do a recap and a breakdown of Kandi Speak On It with Marlo Hampton. As you know, Speak On It usually airs Sunday nights on YouTube, on Kandi's YouTube, which is almost at 500,000. Shout out to my Taurus sister, Kandi. Congrats. Always will support Kandi, even though sometimes I quit. Look, I hold your feet to the fire. But anyways, I wanted to recap this Marlo conversation because she finally put out part 1. There will be a part 2, and I'm thinking she's probably going to wait because I checked before this live to see if part 2 came up, and I'm sure Miriam will let me know if it's come out, and Miriam saying no. I've also posted the call-in link for you guys to call in and share your thoughts on the Marlo conversation. I have to say, before we really do a deep dive, I think I was expecting Marlo to drop more. I think a lot of the things that she said, I kind of already suspected or knew. There were certain things that she said that I was like, oh, okay. I suspected that, but thank you for the confirmation. And also there's certain things about Marlo's personal life that we haven't heard before, but we sort of knew if you follow hot topics and things like that. I thought it was an interesting interview, but I have to say, I think I got more from our other Aquarius sister, Kenya. Oh, Captain Twirl probably will enjoy that. Let me just pay attention. First of all, shout out to the people in the chat. Again, if you'd like to be a moderator, let me know. Oh, look, Stay for Love 21. Thank you for the 15% off the Femme Tarot. And yes, I'll be of course, you know what? Let me do this now. While I am here, I'm going to make you a moderator. You didn't have to do the super chat, but I appreciate it. It helps the channel. Look, this is not easy. I literally was just editing and posting another video in regards to the Real Housewives of New Jersey's Jennifer Aiden. That will be available at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. So after this video, be sure to check that out. Girl doesn't know what a mortgage is. We're going to talk about that. Thank you so much, Stay for Love. Stay for Love. You actually posted a comment that really endeared me. And I was like, oh, thank you. Jerome, where you been? It feels like I haven't seen you forever. I love when I see people that I've seen here before. I'm making a few moderators. I say shout out to my girl Barry's in the room, Saint's in the room. I'm sure Saint will be calling and sharing his thoughts. Happy belated birthday to my girl Barry. I hope you had a great time. I want to give people a moment to get in the chat room before we start this conversation. First of all, links to all of my social media will be available in the description of this video. Also, links to the recap that we did yesterday in regards to the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. Also, we posted a new video today. Femme Tarot came on my channel, and we did a reading for all of the housewives that we haven't already read on her channel. So we didn't do Kenya or Nene, but it was some shocking information that we got from that Femme Tarot reading. I loved everyone. We had a live premiere, and I was talking with a lot of fans in the chat. But I want to continue the conversation in the comments. I posted the link to that in the description of this video. So if you haven't seen Femme Tarot's, she told us who possibly slept with Bolo and where was Ralph for 3 days. Well, we got more from Femme Tarot than we got from Ralph at the reunion. Just saying. Anyways, Jennifer says she spilled tea. Yes, I love this name, Diana, sorry. Let me get it right. Kempire Crew Mod Squad. Yes. Let's keep that growing. Let's keep that growing. Okay. Just a reminder, if you haven't liked the video already, I want to jump into the conversation. And of course, I'm going to bring some familiar faces here. What's going on?
It wasn't me.
Look at the name. Look at the name. And if you don't know what she's referring to, that was like the big thing before Marlo's interview last night with Kandi. That was the big thing. After it was exposed on page 6, Marlo put that. Kenya put that. Who else put that? Was that LaToya?
Shamila put out.
You are so shady. You are so shady, Captain Twirl. Let's not forget. Have you seen the comments? Have you seen some of the comments? Some people love. Look, they were showing you a lot of love.
I can't see the comments on the phone. That's the problem.
No. I mean later. If you watch it back, you'll be able to see your own squad, your crew.
Troops.
They need to subscribe to your channel. Did you see I subscribed?
Really?
You didn't even notice. I think you have 2 subscribers now.
Listen, I've been having a couple of rough days, so I'm trying to. This is therapy for me.
Are you drinking coffee?
Yeah.
Wow, at this time?
But it's fasting month. I can't have coffee in the day, man.
When is Ramadan over?
8 more days. 8 more days.
Whoo! So I can only imagine what you're going to be like once Ramadan is over. You're going to be even more feistier, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm trying not to be shady. I'm trying to be a good.
And when you come in with the name, it wasn't me, really?
It wasn't me. I have kids. They need to know.
What was your, first of all, before we even get into the Marlo Speak on It, when we found out that there was going to be a Marlo Speak on It, what was your first reaction?
I was like, wow, Kandi, Speak on It needs a peach. I don't know what Bravo is thinking. Grab this show as soon as possible, because Kandi, she is masterful. She doesn't break bridges with the network. This is why she broke Marlo's interview down, because the whole thing, she was giving away stuff that didn't show up in the second part of the reunion.
Yes.
So that's why, unfortunately, we will have to wait
till next week.
Yeah, or Sunday night. But that's why, because she doesn't know how the edited was going, and Marlo obviously spoke about something that wasn't shown to us. So
yeah, because we didn't even expect the Marlo interview after it didn't show up last night. We were thinking that it wasn't going to happen until next week.
I was pissed. I was like, what? Honestly, Speak on It tells us more than the reunion.
Yeah.
Because it gives us background story for everything, and then you understand everything. And you know what? Porsha, she picks and chooses who she wants to bash because of it wasn't me. So my name is not is not a coincidence, because Shamila, she put it wasn't her. Why wasn't she mad at Shamila?
You know, you are so shady with the Shamila. Shamila, whatever you want to call it.
Listen,
that's
she
exactly
looks like
what
coming from coming for America, coming.
We're going to talk about those, because even Kandi's editor was shady in that edit.
I love it.
And mind you, she is friends with Shamila. I'm going to start calling her Shamila.
Shamila. Oh, yeah, goodness. Her name is Shamila now.
We can't do that to poor. She's my Taurus sister, even though I did not love her this season. I did not love Shamila this season.
She was horrible this season. This season, she was horrible. I always liked Shamila. Always.
But now you're shading her.
I didn't know her name was like that, Shamila. I didn't know. Thank you, Marlo.
That's not her name. Welcome to the party. Kimberly and St. J are here. How are you guys doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm ready to get into this. Can we just talk a little bit about Kandi and Marlo's previous relationship. I didn't realize that I would assume that Kandi and Marlo knew each other peripherally. I didn't realize how close their relationship technically was. And when I say close, not necessarily intimately close, but in proximity. Marlo was dating Kandi's godbrother. And I didn't know that. So they've known each other for quite some time.
Yeah, godbrother, yeah.
So I thought that was really interesting. And they talked about the WE TV show that, we all heard about. And I thought, and this is such a credit to who Kandi is. And that's why I don't really love when people bash Kandi, because I feel there's more good in Kandi than there is bad. And one of the things that Marlo pointed out in this conversation was that when Marlo wasn't on the show, and it's probably because she wasn't friends with Nene, because she also said when she was friends with Nene, Nene really helped her earn thousands of dollars. So during that time when she was falling out with Nene, that's when Kandi tried to help Marlo with her own project that was greenlit. That's the part that but they didn't really address what happened. And because I remember the rumors of why that did not happen was because Marlo was acting like a diva, allegedly. Did you hear that, Saint J?
Another YouTuber, that's what they said. That was supposed to be on the show. That was his account of what happened. That Marlo acted like a diva, allegedly, and messed up the money for both of them.
Whoa.
She's a diva.
Yeah, but like you're but you're a recurring person on a show, and then you get your own show and you go full pay me this. That's a little extreme.
But also when you think about it, Kandi is helping you get this opportunity, and that's the way you act when you get the opportunity. I'm surprised Kandi's a good person, because if that was me and you made me look bad and because Kandi said in this conversation that she was upset that it didn't happen. So
Yes.
part of it makes me think that maybe it's not exactly what we thought, because then why wouldn't she be a little bit more pissed at Marlo? Kimberly, thoughts?
But maybe because it's been years and maybe they've gotten over it, or they gotten to a better place. And maybe that's why Marlo doesn't push for the peach now. Maybe she learned her lesson. Just wait and see.
Well, just a shameless plug to those that are watching. If you did not see my conversation with Femtaro, she actually dropped by my channel, and apparently Marlo was offered the peach at one point. So be sure to check out what she had to say in regards to Marlo and some of the other friend ofs and housewives. It was very, very enlightening. The other thing that they talked about before we get into all the juicy stuff was Le Archive. That's how I'm going to call it, because that's not how they were calling it. Le Archive. She was talking about why people are always talking about how Marlo, what does Marlo do for work? Even someone, I don't remember who, dropped by here last night and alluded to some things about what Marlo used to do in the past in regards to how she made money. So, she says she's very sensitive to that, especially now because she has her nephews, and they be on the internet, and they are always ready to defend her name because they see how hard she works. I mean, besides the show and besides the new Archive, it makes me. I'm still wondering. I mean, I know she says she has investment properties and things like that, but I'm still wondering. I want to go to St. J. St. J, what do you like? What's your take on what Marlo does to make money?
In the words of Marlo Hampton, I dated a billionaire.
Oh, is that check still coming through?
Well, I'm assuming that he bought that money bought the investment properties and the things that she uses to continue to make money. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping that's what that meant, and not just I dated a billionaire. But also Marlo, when she came on the show in season 4, she had a boutique.
Yes.
So
what happened to
that? She has La Archive now.
I kind of like the idea behind La Archive. Like, I'm gonna be like, I'm working on my French.
L'archive.
Oh, how do you pronounce it?
L'archive.
L'archive. Thank you. L'archive. when she really described the business and the future of the business, like personal styling, it's not all going to be just her clothes. It's going to be, now they're ordering for other things. I mean, I still look, when we saw it, it looked like a closet. But I want Marlo to win because based on this interview, I think I like Marlo more. What about you, Miriam?
Oh, I love Marlo.
Oh,
Like,
here you go. Are you team Marlo
even
now?
oh yes, I am. You know why? Because she keeps it real. She didn't bash Nene. She acknowledged how much Nene helped her, and I
Yes.
think that takes character. She doesn't bite the hand that feeds her.
Mm.
And this is why I think she still has a relationship with Kandi. I don't
Mm.
think she ever bashed Kandi in a way to burn the bridge. Marlo
Yeah.
is very good at that. And
Mm.
Marlo, I'm 100% sure that she has been offered the peach time and time again. And the reason she refused was for Nene.
Mm.
Nene didn't want her to have a peach because she was her
Didn't?
sidekick. Didn't. I don't think so.
Mm.
So this is why she goes, listen, girl, you're my sidekick and I will help you. And she did. Both of them kept
Mm.
their word to each other. So I'm 100%. Listen, I'm not the biggest fan of Nene, but I can totally see her do that with Marlo because they were really tight. And the only time that they had the fallout was when Marlo was good with Kenya, which is like very similar to now Porsha and Marlo, right?
Yeah.
So the resemblance there is always there. And she admitted that the money she made when it's not she made, she goes like her sugar daddy was very generous,
Mm.
and in a smart way, she invested in properties because she wants longevity to her to the coins.
Yeah.
And I can totally see her lachif. It's gonna be something like every rich lady in Atlanta will use that as a consignment rental.
Mm.
Everybody with their brands will put their clothing there. I can totally see that business blowing up.
After she described it, I was like, I could see the potential for this. It's a unique idea. I mean, I know other people have done something very similar, but she also has a bigger platform. And back to what you said in regards to her relationship with Nene, I can see that too. I love the fact that you see things in a different way. So it made me kind of like, well, that's a possibility. And she's had longevity. When you are a housewife, you are pretty much at risk every season to be completely cut from the show and not just a friend of. She's probably one of the most consistent friend ofs across the franchise.
She is needed. She's needed to that franchise. In the capacity of a friend of, she always brought controversy and she stirred the pot. She was always someone. Everybody knows Marlo. Marlo is not although they don't even label her anymore friend of. She is a staple. And I feel like along the course of the seasons, I think she kind of made the most money or the highest paid because she's been
Probably.
there. She was never cut. She's been there in every season.
The other thing that I wanted to mention in regards to, Candy pointed this out as well, is for a friend of, they never go to their business. So, there is a good relationship with Bravo. And I thought that was interesting that Candy pointed that out. Kimberly, I want to know your thoughts on Marlo's side businesses and the history of Marlo. What's your thoughts on Marlo in general?
Well, I always thought Marlo should have a peach. I think Marlo basically has the same story as Kenya. She has problems with her mother, her family issues, and now she's
Mm.
raising her nephews. So I think she always. And then I don't care how she made her money because what did Portia do when she came on there? What was her job? What was Sheree's job? What was Kim's job? Kim was
Bingo.
messing with a rich guy. Sheree and Portia married a famous person. What was their jobs? No one checks them for the jobs, so stop checking Marlo. I don't care what she does for a living. I don't never
Exactly.
ask nobody how they pay their bills. Only ones I worry about is paying mine. I don't care how she pays her bills. I think she
Oh,
would be good for the show because I think she still has that edge. But I think with her having those boys, I think she's got a little softer side, but she still got that edge because she was throwing shade all last night, even though they weren't. I don't know why they weren't focused on it because it was funny. The Coming to America thing was funny.
Oh
and
my
then when she called
God.
Was
Shamia,
genius.
when she called Shamia a mascot, I almost died.
Shamila.
But they didn't like. It was barely. You could barely even hear the stuff that she was saying, which I didn't understand why. Like it was funny, and they should have focused
Kandi
on it.
alluded to that they had turned her mic down when she was saying certain things as well. I'm guessing with editing they could do whatever they want with the sound of their mics and what. I'm sure that's streamed through separate things. But it's interesting that you talk about her nephews, because at first I was never really interested in seeing her life with the nephews until this conversation that she had with Kandi, because it seemed authentic, it seemed genuine, it seemed as if, you know, you got to know Marlo a little bit better in this particular conversation. So now I'm kind of interested in seeing Marlo as a housewife and what that would look like. Before, I always said, you know, I don't want to do that. And I think if we were to make her a housewife, we probably wouldn't find her as interesting, and then she wouldn't be on the show anymore. I mean, I still kind of feel that, but I'm interested because her story with her mom, her story with those nephews, and what she's trying to navigate with that whole relationship was really interesting to me. St. J, what were your thoughts on her relationship with her nephews? Are you someone advocating for Marlo to have a peach? I can't recall.
I know I've said like 8 times on here that I wasn't seeing it for Marlo
Oh.
with the peach. But honestly, I will say the speak on it changed. It literally changed the course, because I was like, okay, girl, I can see it. Like, okay. I will say that she's definitely sounding a lot more grounded now that she has the nephews, and that's just a bit of concern for me. It's because, you know, Marlo chased Porsha around a party one time. Like, Marlo, you know, she gives us stuff. So I'm like, okay, is she not giving us that anymore now that she's a Muntie? I do think that listening her backstory sounds really good. I want to know more about your sister, what's going on with that. I want to know, well, I guess, I don't know, the moms thing, because Nene and Kenya also have moms that don't talk to them, and that pretty much always fell flat. Like, they weren't going too far into that.
And a lot of people have always said that Nene and Kenya had a lot more in common than they didn't.
Absolutely. And that's why Marlo was able to be friends with them like that, because they all have a lot in common.
And she also talked about her relationship with Kenya, and then we'll get into the Porsha stuff, because I know you all are waiting for the Porsha conversation, but I want to kind of get through the smaller stuff, and I'm looking forward to part 2. There will be a part 2 to Kandi Speak on It. There is a link to part 1 of Kandi Speak on It in the description of this video. You're welcome, Kandi. And you can link me too. One of the things I wanted to talk about as well. First of all, Kandi's editor, I know, St. J, I think you're the one who revealed that that the editor is the same girl, or was it you, Miriam? I can't remember.
Jamie's the editor.
So she was so shady in the editing.
Jamie needs a peach.
Oh my god! You know, let's just jump into the conversation. Jamie needs a peach. You know what? You're a mess. I just got that.
Bravo needs to hire her to do their show.
Oh my god! The thing is, I thought it was funny because, you know what? Even though Kandi's friends with Shamoya, I like the fact that they're still able to find the funny and still do it and not be afraid to do it. I like the editing of it, and the referencing what Miriam was talking about in regards to the Coming to America character that Marlo was calling her during the reunion, but also during the Speak on It. She was like, I was like, oh my god! And if you've never seen Coming to America, it went completely over your head, but Shamoya really did look like the lady from Coming to America.
Copy, the replica. Unbelievable. It was genius. She's amazing. Marlo will be the juiciest peach in Atlanta because she's smart, she's funny. She's really one of the funniest of them all. Like, it's hard, like all of them, because they've been under like as some sort of attack or a defense mode. They lost the funny. Sometimes you see the funny in Kenya when, like, she feels she is not attacked, and Porsha the same thing. But as soon as they have the nemesis present, they go to defense mode, and we're losing that funny aspect of Atlanta, and the one that embodies it definitely is Marlo. Marlo is funny. There's not a scene that she's speaking, or even when she's throwing a fit, that she's not funny. She's so funny. She even calls them hoes.
She's always been funny, but my main concern with Marlo was what would it look like if Marlo was a housewife. So I'm still a little skeptical, but now I'm a little bit more open to the idea. Sidebar, I understand her mic was right here on her throat, but the gulp throughout the interview, I was like, it was so distracting. I was like, girl, but I get it. Look, if anyone that's a content creator, sometimes you're doing something, you don't even hear it until after it's done, and you can't redo an interview like that. So it's like, damn.
Oh
anyone else notice it but me?
I didn't notice.
I noticed it.
I heard it. Listen, I heard it loud and I heard it clear, and I was like, "Ooh!" At first, I thought it was me, and I was just a little loud, and then I heard it again. I was
heard
like,
her
"Oh,
drinking."
Yes, exactly.
The sound of drinking. Yeah, that was funny though. I thought those were sound effects from Jamie.
I originally
thought they were sound effects too.
I thought it was a sound effect at first until I was like, wait, no. And because I saw where her mic was on her throat, I was like, that mic is good though, because it was picking up the slightest gulp. Let's talk a little bit about Shamoya before we get into Porsha. And that, like I said, the editing was funny. I give it to Jamie for that edit. But the beef, the real reason behind this beef, they had a conversation when they were in New Orleans. That's when the fight began between them two. And now I'm looking at Shamoya like, girl, it's not that deep. Because it's sort of like you're so upset about something that she said. She didn't. The way that Shamoya was making it seem is that as if Marlo said that she wanted to sleep with her husband, and Marlo is now saying that's not what that's not what I said. She said it's not like I effed your man, and then Shamoya was like, my man wouldn't want you, Shamila, sorry. And then Marlo responded by saying, if he effed you, he would want to F me.
I agree.
I get that.
I agree. Like like Shamila thinks she's what? Like she's not she's not a beauty queen, and she like her costume, like she made Kandi look like the best dressed ever. She looked horrible. It is very hard for a beautiful person to not to look good, and her makeup, her hair, everything was super costumey, and the way she was behaving was costumey too. She was in character. She was there to defend no matter what Porsha was saying, or whoever was coming at Porsha, the same way that Drew was inserting herself in everything. I don't know if you guys noticed, but in part one, Drew, she completely cut a moment that Ken was having when she goes, wait, let me ask a question. When she asked Kenya, and then her waterworks started. Like, these two are so thirsty for a peach, but they never got. And I think the biggest beef of Shamila and Marlo is that she knows that Marlo was offered the peach. Marlo was always offered the peach. And the main proof is that she's been always there, and she was able to give enough, but get a lot more from the show. And she even thanked Andy. And there's at some point they named Andy coins, something like that. It was very funny.
Yeah. Kimberly, I want to ask you. What was I going to ask you, Kimberly? I totally lost my train of thought. In regards to
beef. Shamila and Marlo. The beef between Shamila and Marlo.
Yeah.
Oh my.
But in regards to Shamoya, the question that I had is, because someone else commented this, why do you think that they decided to have Shamoya on the show for the reunion? Because it just seemed like she didn't do a lot this season.
I think they had her. I think they had her on the show because Porsha needed people on her side, and that's why they had her on the show. If my whole opinion with Shamoya is throw her in the dumpster. She's just so useless. She sat there on that Bravo after show and she lied. She said, "Oh no, Porsha, she wasn't on you. What are you talking about?" When Porsha was ready to tell about her and Toya. But then last night when when Porsha was saying it, yeah, girl, yeah. Didn't you? Now it's true, but just a week ago was a lie, but now it's true. Like, she's just too much. And all that stuff was Marlo was saying, I believe it, because one thing about Kandi, she don't lie on people. She may avoid it. She may not want to confirm it. She may want to just keep out of it, but she doesn't lie on people. So if Kandi didn't say, "Oh, you're lying" or anything like that, then I'm going to believe it's true. And I believe that's something that Marlo said.
Kimberly, I don't want to interrupt you. Just 1 second. Moderators, look, there's one thing to have a difference of opinion, but when people are referring to people's children, please make sure you're checking them. I just had to block someone. I don't like that. Kimberly, continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just when Marlo was saying that, and then Kandi was like, she was like, yeah, when they were talking about the conversation in the room, I believe everything happened the way Marlo said it. I don't believe Marlo was coming for Shamoya's husband. I do believe she probably said, why are you so angry? It's not like your husband. I do believe that's how Marlo said it. And then Shamoya probably was like, well, he wouldn't touch you. And I do believe Marlo said, if he touched you, he touched me. And I believe that. And that's probably what hurt Shamoya's feelings.
Marlo also revealed that she said to Shamoya that she effed half of Africa. Jay, St. Jay, do you have any receipts on that?
Listen, that's what they say about Shamoya. You know,
that's what they say?
That's what they say. That's what they've been saying. That's what they say. Shamoya's the African connection. Phaedra said it. Like,
I forgot about that.
Yeah. That's apparently the role Shamoya plays in Atlanta. She'll connect you.
OMG. Are you alluding that she might be the African madam? Look, leave it alone.
Her husband has a lot of rich friends.
Well, you know what? I want to also mention in regards to that, Marlo says she has receipts. Marlo says she has some receipts in regards to Porsha.
I heard that too. I heard that
too. Just text messages.
And Kandi knows it's true by the look on Candy's face.
Okay, now let's talk about. Okay, I'm joking when I say this. I am joking when I say this. I'm joking because this is what Marlo referred to her as, the henny hoe. Let's talk about the henny hoe.
She is a henny hoe.
No, stop it. I just thought it was funny. Okay, let's talk about her relationship.
But it's true.
Let's talk about her relationship, Miriam, with Porsha and how she talked about that in this particular conversation with Kandi. Did you have better clarification of Marlo's side on why her beef with Porsha is what it is today?
Oh, totally, because Marlo's story never changed. It was the same as during the show, and Porsha was sliding us, saying, I don't know what's the problem. Nothing happened. I don't know what's the problem. When you talk to someone almost on a daily basis and then you stop, when you know what happened that day before, you start asking yourself, what did I do? Oh, I made it with Kenya. This is when she completely changed. So Porsha was gaslighting and she was trying to, I'm so bored. Well, she bored us too. She did. And to be honest with you, the crown wasn't fitting yesterday. She wasn't just funny. She didn't give any line that is funny. She didn't. Usually
a lot of people agree. A lot of people agree with me when they said that Porsha seemed as if she looks checked out, and this is from part one of the conversation. And not to plug my conversation with Femtaro, but she also said, Porsha is based on what her cards were saying, that she's going through a lot and she's not sure if she wants to come back to Atlanta. Jason's here. What's going on, Jason?
What's up, everybody? Good to see y'all.
Hey.
You too. Jason, what are your thoughts on this Marlo conversation with Kandi on Speak On It?
I think it was really eye-opening. I appreciate Marlo for giving us the context. One thing that she said that really stood out is that, Porsha's attitude changed when her and Kenya made up, so to speak, right? But if you think about it, the night before, Marlo was trying to make up with Kenya, and even Porsha in the confessional was like, they just need to make up. Kenya need to give Marlo a chance. But then all of a sudden, when they make up, all of a sudden you have a problem. And even on a reunion, you can't specifically say, and I've been watching the after shows too, you can't pinpoint, just like with Kenya, you can't pinpoint a specific reason why you're not friends with them. You're just not a friend to nobody.
I was actually very surprised when Marlo said that her and Porsha's relationship was so tight that she would hang out with Porsha off camera. She'd be at the family's house, eating family dinners, I think she said she went to one of the family members' wedding. I was shocked by that. Anyone else?
Because no, I wasn't, because she always was Team Dennis. And when you like someone,
Yes.
you always want to be friends with their friend. And Marlo, she was always like the biggest cheerleader for their relationship. Even in the fallout, she wanted. She always showed I hope you guys will get back together. She was always like that. So yes, they were tight. They were tight, and everything changed the moment she made amends with Kenya. And add to that,
In South Carolina.
happened with Bolo. What happened with Bolo? Listen, we all know.
No, we
I
don't.
disagree with Femtaro.
I know.
Prediction. We know what happened. It was kind of a five-sum there. It really was. Count them: Shamila, Tanya,
You in the Shamila.
Latoya, Porsha, and Bolo. 5 people. They had to, and Drew 6. Oh my God.
Honestly, look, I'm feeling a little bit different about the Bolo situation and Porsha's involvement, because I think Porsha was so lit by the time it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. When you're already that drunk, I can see Porsha going like,
not the way she drinks.
Say it again.
No,
not the way
But
she drinks.
she
I don't
would have
believe
been like
that.
harder,
That
deeper.
tolerance is all the way up.
Listen,
I honestly feel like
she's
I honestly feel like I
Go
feel
ahead,
like
Jason.
I feel like Portia's like a low-key predator. Like I feel like she honestly gets the women drunk and she preys on the women around her. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Just like she was aggressive with
Aggressive
Porsha.
lesbian.
Did you
Yes,
not hear
exactly.
her
She
say?
said she was aggressive lesbian.
You didn't hear her demanding oral sex from her cast members? Like it was.
She's super freak.
I wanted to run hard.
One of y'all bees is doing X, Y, and Z. Yeah, like,
this is a big question. Does
But-
anyone know the answer to this question? Is Bolo married? I heard someone say that last night. Is that why everyone's trying to keep it on the low? Is Bolo married? Because I know as a stripper, he probably doesn't want that information out there. But do we know, Kimberly?
I don't think he's married. If he is married, his wife's a fool. Because I've seen videos of him letting women do oral sex on him on thing. Google Bolo and scroll down. You'll see a lot of videos of Bolo. If they haven't,
I can't with you, Kimberly.
I have a friend that's
I'm not
hating Bolo's OnlyFans.
Wait.
I'm going to Atlanta for my birthday.
Everyone shut up. Everyone shut up. Wait a second. Saint J, did you just say you know someone that's subscribed to his OnlyFans?
Yes, and from that, the word from what my friend told me, it's multiple women that Bolo engages with on there, and it didn't look like a married man.
I mean, good for him if he's not married. But then again, look, sex work is work. So maybe his alleged wife is okay with it because it's his job. I mean, porn actors are married. Everyone's quiet.
I mean, I'm not hating on Bolo. Let him do his thing. I'm not hating on him, and I'm not hating on Porsha. She could do her thing. Just own it. You sitting there. I think Porsha wants to own it, because last night when she was talking about Toya, you were my thing, and I did. Like, I think she wants to own it, but she's so scared that if she owns it all, people are like, she can't. I don't know. She just always tries to be as sexually as what she wants to do and do everything she wants, but then she tries to pull it back and try to pretend that she's innocent too. Which I don't understand. Like, who cares if you was with Bolo? Good for you.
Freaking frack.
If you can take that, I salute you. And I'm not. I don't hate on you for it. I wouldn't do it, but I salute you for getting it.
But wait a second. According to Femtaro, I hate to be segueing back to that, but according to Femtaro, she's saying this whole Bolo situation has been elevated bigger than it actually is. And she doesn't believe, based on the tarot cards, and the link is available so you guys can see that. We just released it today on my channel, that nothing really happened in regards to actual, in and out.
Wait.
Okay, Miriam, the psychic.
It had to be in and out.
Oh, you know what?
I've never. Okay.
Go ahead, Miriam. Go ahead.
I've never had nobody. I've never had
Go ahead,
nobody go
Kimberly,
down to me and I scream out deeper, harder. Come on now. She was getting it deeper, harder. She
I'm
knows
not
what
gonna
she was
get
doing.
look, Kimberly. I'm not gonna get into that conversation. Okay, look. Go ahead, Miriam.
There's only one reason you scream deeper, harder. It ain't no way in the world. Bolo, he was definitely going deep. Come on now.
Yes, she saw. Yeah, that's true. But Femtaro's like prediction might be literally true. They made it bigger than it actually is.
You know, I can't.
Okay, listen. She she said it.
Miriam, you are
It's
terrible.
on camera. She got it from always, from everyone. I so agree. She's a low-key predator. She
Okay, well,
intoxicates
let's
everybody with her
we're not gonna
fame.
look. Hold on. We're not gonna do that. Do not get my channel
Yeah,
flagged
okay. I
for
don't mean
accusing
like
people of
that, but she
that kind of stuff.
seduces everybody around her. She does with her fame. With she's funny and she's beautiful, and she gets what she wants.
Are you saying
Just
Porsche
own
has
it.
a Delilah spirit?
She is the Delilah. She is the Delilah.
Somebody called Drew. But speaking of that, because one of the things that Marlo said in the Speak On It, if you're just joining us, we're talking about Marlo Hampton's interview with Kandi on her Speak On It on her YouTube channel. A link has been posted in the description of this video. So if you want to check out the full interview, part 1, part 2 will be available hopefully by after the reunion next week. She talked about, oh my goodness. Well, first of all, everyone like this video. If you haven't liked it, if you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. One of the things that she revealed about Porsha, she said that a lot of things that people warned her about Porsha, that she wasn't a true friend, that she only texts, and that she will only call you if she's trying to get like the gossip. And that she only uses people, allegedly. This is what Marlo accused her of in this conversation with Kandi.
Isn't this the show we watch?
You know, Jason, what are your thoughts on Marlo, the warnings that she received?
Yeah, I think Nene gave her those warnings, just like Nene gave Kandi the warning about her leaking that message to the bloggers. I mean, and if you look at Porscha's track record, right, she has fallen out and or had a physical altercation with pretty much every peach holder that have come on the show. You just got to look at the trend in the track record. Sheree, Kandi, Phaedra. Just think about everybody. Like, you can tell the proof is in the pudding. I get it, right? I think Porsha doesn't really know who she is. She came on the show married to a man, not knowing who she was, and she's kind of grown up on the show. And I just think that she just really doesn't know who she is, and all she has is the show. So she's going to do whatever she can to make sure that she holds on to what she's established. And people need to
She will
understand
never
that.
leave that check.
Really? You know, why do you
What
think
else does she have?
She will never leave the check.
What talents does she have?
She's indispensable now.
Come on, y'all.
She thinks she's indispensable now. She's
Saint J, defend your girl.
Look,
defend your girl, Porsha.
Okay, so Porsha, you know, she signed with the agency. She has the job at Dish. You know, she is working. I think that, and if she's really going to do a rebrand, she has to leave the show. So, I mean, because I'm sure whoever the team she hired is going to tell her, like, you can't be both. You can't be Porsha that turns up and acts like a maniac on the show and change your life to what you want to change your life to.
I think that's true. Listens. You know, a lot of people, you know, in regards to reality TV, feel the need to exit reality. We saw that with Nene. Nene tried to transition from, you know, the Real Housewives of Atlanta to acting and doing those things, and she made a decent transition. But it's very hard because a lot of these other companies don't take those reality stars seriously. And you're seeing Porscha's behavior on the show. The fact that she's so pulled back makes me think that maybe she is looking to transition. Maybe her new team that she signed on with recently is telling her, don't act a fool.
Listen, she's going to stay in the show for as long as she can, holding that check. She is giving less and less. She's pushing the envelope. She's not giving as much as she used to, but she's one of the highest paid. She won't leave that check. She won't. It's very like what Sanjay just said now. It's totally reasonable. Porsha is the best friend of Porsha. End of story. And as long
Oh,
as she can get that check, she will stay there. She doesn't have roles like Nini has. Okay, she has Dish. That's it. And now, like Bravo Chatroom,
no, she has
to be
more. Look,
honest
look,
with you,
wait. Look. I like to be fair on the channel. Porsha has a lot. Look, I interviewed Porsha in the very beginning.
businesses.
Look, wait, let me finish. I interviewed Porsha in the very beginning when she was her first season on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Very sweet girl at the time. She was very young. And she had multiple things that she wanted to do. She wanted to have her own sheet line and things like that. She has Pampered by Porsha now. She has the hair line by Porsha, which seems to be really good because I've seen some people with some hairlines. It's like, what? She has Dish Nation. She has, of course, Bravo's chat room. And I'm sure she's getting all kinds of social media deals for her to post and sponsor and things like that. And she has a Bravo check, which is not a small check either. They pay those
I
housewives
know.
well.
I
I
didn't
want to
mean
be
that
fair.
way.
Kempire, can I
I
just
wasn't
ask one
talking about her
question?
businesses.
Wait. Miriam, let St. J speak.
How long does the Instagram influencer thing last when they're no longer on the show?
If you have the followers
Yep.
and the following, it will continue.
Okay. And Portia's young, so I mean, maybe it will continue for her.
Why do I sense shade in that? Miriam, go ahead.
Yeah, my thing is like, I'm not saying that she doesn't have businesses. She does. I mean, in entertainment, she didn't have these blockbuster deals like Nini and Kandi. That's what I mean. And this is
Mm,
what she's really striving for. Like,
mm.
okay, like, listen, she has the line, her followers will buy the sheets. How many sets? 2 sets, it's over. Come on, it's not like 400 Egyptian thread count.
You
So,
oh,
okay,
it's
it's
so
not.
shady.
She is Dish Nation. I hope she has longevity there because that fits her personality. But I just wish that and Bravo Chatroom is nothing. Like really, Bravo Chatroom won't last because Bravo Chatroom without Kate Chastain is not the
I
same.
know. But you
And
look,
Kate,
you know why it will last? Why it will last? It may not last
she's
with
cheap.
Porsha on it because Andy Cohen's executive producer.
Yeah, he has to change. He has to change the formula. It's got to be housewives talking on another housewife show, not give them the edge of talking, of
Yes.
retaliating to their show. That is wrong. They have Hannah there talking, defending her defenseless behavior in Summer House. They have Portia defending, like gaslighting people, and they have Giselle also gaslighting because Giselle was gaslighting like just after Potomac reunion. So the
But
formula works.
wait. Besides any of that, I don't find any of those women that great on the show. When it comes
Exactly.
to actually comment, I've seen better people on YouTube that they should have considered. And that's why I always get annoyed with these executives. And that's why I always get annoyed when I see Andy hosting everything on Bravo or NBC. It's like, you know how many talented people that are unknown that you could give an opportunity that would make you more money and bring in more of viewers because of the following they have on social media. There are a ton, and I'm taking myself out of the pool. I'm talking about other talented people that are on social media, on TikTok, that are on YouTube, that would do amazing jobs, and they just don't see it. They don't see it.
I have a
Kimberly, I
sidebar
want to
on
give
the
you an
Bravo
opportunity.
chat room.
Say again.
Sidebar on Bravo chat room. I was watching Bravo chat room as soon as it came out because of Potomac, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I saw what happened and what made Kate Chastain leave.
Why?
Giselle was getting frisky and smarty pants with her. They were talking, they have this segment about pop culture or a trend happening.
Mm.
So she was like, oh, since it's salacious behavior, oh, let's ask the expert, Kate. And then Kate looked at her. She goes, what do you mean, an expert? She goes, oh, but you work in a boat. And then Kate told her that was live. That was one of the few episodes live. And Kate told her, I don't know which show you were watching, but when it comes to that part, I'm very selfish and I don't like to share. They were
Oh.
talking about the orgies.
Oh.
And after that, she was in 2 episodes, and I think she rethought of coming back, and I see her coming back to Below Deck with Captain
Oh, I
Ricky.
love Kate. Kate could do no wrong. And if Giselle was trying to get smart with her. She's unarmed.
Yeah, I am telling you,
Kate.
She checked her right away, but this was it. I think she sent, and she's very smart, Kate. She sensed that only the favorites of Kandi are there. She was like, I'm gonna remove myself from this. I don't need this, because the idea originally was only Kate to be doing that. So they started like a pillow talk style about.
Wait 1 second, Miriam. Everyone's saying there's an echo. I just want to make. I'm gonna just drop you guys and then bring you back. Hold on. Myself. Testing. Let me know in the chat, y'all, if there's still an echo. Testing. St. J, do you hear an echo?
I do not hear an echo.
Okay. Was it on my mic you guys heard the echo?
No, it was Miriam's.
Oh, Miriam, do me a favor. Miriam's face. Drop yourself. Look, it happens to a lot of us. With StreamYard, it can get that way. Let me just add everyone back. Look, guys, it's hard to host the show and look at the comments.
Ooh, I got the seat next to Kempire.
No, I can't see it. But let's just backtrack just a little bit. I have to say, after Marlo explained her side of things, I'm not that I'm team anyone, but I still feel like, Marlo, is that a reason to have beef with Porsha? What were your thoughts, St. J?
Okay. I think that Marlo's point is like, girl, I texted you off camera and asked you if you did it. You could have told, like, I asked you off camera. We're friends. You could have told me. I would have tried to derail Kenya, or I wouldn't have helped facilitate it. Because I think that Marlo's point is like, girl, you could be honest with me. We're friends. Like,
real friends.
Yeah. I'm not going to dog you all the way out on this TV show. And I think when Porsha didn't do that, Marlo was like, oh, okay, so our friendship must not be what I think it is. And I think that Marlo's more hurt.
She's been hurt a lot this season.
Yeah, because she thought they had like that close big sis, little sis bond. And obviously it wasn't that.
Well, I'm still not convinced by Marlo. Look, I get what Marlo is trying to say. What, Miriam? What?
Come on.
Is there still an echo when Miriam speaks? Go ahead, Miriam. Keep speaking.
I am not. I am on the show. I didn't know I was on the show.
Yes. Yeah.
Come on. You. To be honest with you, Marlo, she comes off. She never lied on the show. She never lied, and there was no instance that we caught her lying. And after 10 seasons, like, we would know if she lies or not. Meanwhile, Porsha, a lot of things, even caught on camera, she wants to gaslight us. So I think she was really hurt because she really wanted her and Dennis to work out. So she had no dog in the hot dog game. You know what I mean?
You know what?
Really
I want to read this comment. Katrina Johnson says, Marlo says she doesn't do well with rejection. That was the other thing. I think Marlo was very vulnerable this season that we saw on RHOA. And also in this interview, because we don't really know a lot about Marlo's life, that makes sense to me. If someone was to reject her like that, her first reaction is to attack because she has to protect herself. She also talked about how she doesn't really have the greatest relationship with her own mother. So it makes sense why her and Kenya seem so similar. I also didn't realize that her and Kenya live 5 minutes away from each other.
Yeah, they can buy sugar from each other.
You know what? Here we really go to other people's house for sugar. Take your butt to the supermarket.
I want to know.
She said Kenya would go with the sugar.
I want to know where Marlo lives, because I know, like, I wrote the street, so I know where Kenya lives and adjacent to where Sheree lives. But I'm like, I didn't see no townhouses on that street.
Damn, maybe she moved.
I think she did.
She ain't moving out. She's not moving out that townhouse.
I need her to, though. If she's gonna be a housewife, I need her to live. And I understand Kim Zolciak lived in a townhouse on her first season, but we have upscaled at this point. We have a la chief.
The ultimate sugar daughter of all, and they talk about Marlo, Kim Zolciak. Gosh.
I mean, but now,
Marlo's
look. Now Kim has moved on. She's a married woman with multiple children. She has her own show. She's successful. Why am I defending Kimberly Zolciak?
Why are you defending? She's picking them up for.
I want her back next season.
Wait. St. J, why do you want her back next season?
No, St. J.
This season pushed me off the cliff. I've been, I don't know. Kim isn't really a good fit, but I'm like, bring Sheree back, bring Kim back. Let's see what we can stitch together.
No.
Oh, wait.
Sheree is coming back to get married.
Wait a second. Okay, why do you want these people back? And then I want to go to Jason to hear his thoughts.
I think that Sheree, if Cynthia gets to get married twice on camera and there are multiple seasons where she's done nothing, then Sheree can come back. She can bring Kim with her as a bridesmaid and the wedding planning. So Kim's in the mix. We can get a little more drama, a little more like stories that make sense.
Okay. Jason, thoughts?
No, man, no.
We need intervention here. No way.
We need an intervention. I feel like if they go backwards, that means that this show, like, they're really, really desperate. Like, I want some authentic, good, organic beefs and arguments. Like, this stuff is so forced. And Sheree just doesn't really have much to bring. I mean, she's tried.
Her prison boo is out of jail.
And she's not going to tell the truth about any of that.
Wait. When is Sheree's clothing coming out?
Spring, summer, spring.
September, May, summer, fall, summer, winter. Like,
I have the dates. Summer, spring, fall.
You know what, Miriam? You're so shady.
That's exactly what she said 10 years ago. Listen, can you imagine a cast trip with Kim back? She will bring all her kids along.
I have to say, Barry. I agree with Barry. I would welcome Sheree,
Kim
but not
go on
Kim.
trips.
Look,
Kim doesn't go on trips.
Let me say this. Hold on, y'all. Let me say this. We brought Kim back, and what did Kim do? She had her husband drive her every time they had to film, and then she would just up and leave randomly. I'm done with Kim after that. We gave her a shot.
Hold on.
Wait. Go ahead, St. J. We'll start from the top and work our way to Miriam at the bottom.
Yes, that's exactly what she did, and I am not going to disagree. She had Croy waiting in the darn parking lot every time she went somewhere, but Kim is so delusional amongst that group of women that it's good TV. Now, it might not be good for them, and they might honestly all hit her guts, and I wouldn't be surprised. And if I worked for her, I probably would too. But it's good TV, and I think that if Sheree's going to have a wedding, of course Kim's going to be there. We might as well have Kim, in the mix a little, since nobody watches.
Well, they are friends.
They are friends, exactly. And Sheree is friends with the girls. So
even after she pulled her wig, I just rewatched that scene.
Oh,
Sheree,
yes,
connected Kim with Croy, so it would only make sense for Kim to be at Sheree's wedding.
No, it doesn't make sense. Sorry.
Miriam, we're working our way down. Can you wait your turn? Jason, thoughts?
I used to like Kim a lot, but Kim became a Karen, and no Karens on the show.
Kimberly, no offense.
I don't really like Kim, but let's face it. Porsha's a Karen too, because she cried rape on Todd and Kandi, so she's no better. If she was white, y'all wouldn't have her on the show, so she's no better. But at least Kim is entertaining. She's annoying. Something's really weird with her lips, but she's entertaining. And if she's around the other girls, that reunion where Nene and Kenya were getting on her, and then Kandi joined in, then even Cynthia joined in. That's my favorite reunion of all time. Like, they all just took turns, like they were just high-fiving each other, like, you take her. And that was, to me, that was my favorite reunion, that one they went in. I know to Sheree, she's had how many chances, and she doesn't bring nothing. If they bring anybody back, I'm okay with Nene if she sees a therapist, and I'm okay with Kim. And that's it. Like, Nene's entertaining, and I really feel bad for Porsha and whoever's on Porsha's team, because Porsha's going down that Nene road where she's late for everything, and then she just shows up at the last minute, and then she acts like at the reunion. She was giving me that season where everybody's talking to Nene. Okay, if you say so, I did it. If you say so, I did it. That's what she was giving me, and I feel she's going down that Nene route. And if they don't stop her, like, I don't really care for Porsha. The only season I liked Porsha was the season she was pregnant. But this season, I actually like her a little bit more because I hate Drew and Shamoya so much. Porsha's not even bothering me anymore because I'm focusing on my hatred of Drew and Shamoya. I don't even care about Porsha anymore. Those two are so annoying.
Why do you hate Shamoya so much? Like, I get it, but Shamoya didn't really. I don't feel like Shamoya had a lot.
Shamoya used to be okay. She was ride or die for Porsha, which is okay, but she had her own mind. Like, she was still cool with Kandi. She still spoke to other people. Then I don't like when she sat on Speak on it. And I know she was lying when she was on there. And I kept texting Kandi saying, but she didn't respond. I was really mad to ask Shamoya this question. Shamoya sat there and said, I've never seen Mark look at Kenya in a loving way. I've never even seen Mark smile at Kenya. Shamoya, you were at Brooklyn's birthday party. I saw the pictures of Mark smiling at her. So what are you talking about? Yeah, Mark is the big problem. There's a lot of things wrong with him. But don't sit and lie on it. Don't lie on it. Shamoya lies so much. When she sat on that Bravo after thing and she was saying that Bravo chat, oh, Porsha, when Porsha was like, yeah, and then she almost went down. Then she was like, no, Porsha, she didn't do that. She didn't do that. But then last night, yeah, girl, she did that. Okay, Shamoya, you said how many times I was completely sober. So how did you forget that? Like, just stop it. Just stop. And then I don't like any grown woman that will sit in another woman's lap and call herself a lapdog. Like, even when they were calling Marlo Nene's lapdog, Marlo never said, hey, I'm a lapdog. Yeah. And then Marlo, although she did ride and die for Nene to other people, her and Nene did argue a lot. That argument in that hotel room, which Nene turned at Marlo, why don't you get them together? Because it's your room. Marlo's like, what the hell are you talking to me for? And then the night when they did the real hair, Nene came at Marlo. Marlo was still like, Marlo did always side with Nene to the group, but her and Nene did have conflict. They did go back. I don't know what happens to Shamoya. She used to have a little backbone, and I didn't mind her. She popped up every once in a while, but it's to the point where now.
Pop.
Well,
yeah, her and Drew.
I want to round this out. Miriam, I want to round this out. What are you looking forward to next week with the part 2 of Marlo Speak on It with Kandi?
Yes, I am. But I have something to say about Shamila first, and then Shamila, like, she was criticizing Marlo for having lipo, and she's the queen of lipo. Like, now she wants to tell me that her body looks like that naturally with no help.
Oh my God! What do you know?
That is first. No, come on. Listen, I'm a woman, and gravity always makes it sway. So for them to be all quirky like that, they really do a lot of work, and that's a known thing. So I hate people when they want to shame others for something they themselves do, and just for the sake of being Porsha. Kim, make it make sense, people. She wasn't giving anything. She was actually, that last season of hers became a good season as soon as she left the show. All she was doing, she was acting like Nene did at the end, like Porsha is acting now, that she's better than everybody, that she doesn't have time for them, and she goes there. She's always like, it's against her will. Do we really need to see that? I would accept Sheree back with one condition: she brings her jailbird with her. Yeah, if it's not a combo, I don't want to hear it. I want to see a relationship. She needs to give us real tea. She never gave us. And Atlanta, they want to like spice things up. Bring Miss Lawrence, bring Dwight, and bring the other hairstylist that used to do Kenny's hair and Kim's hair. What's his name?
I honestly don't think they need to bring all of those people.
Miss Lawrence had the best come up on that whole show. Miss Lawrence ain't coming back to that show to do anything.
Yeah, Miss Lawrence is busy, booked and busy.
I know she's booked and busy, and I'm telling you, I miss her a lot. The scenes with Kenya, they used to be the best. Remember when Kenya, she wore the wedding dress, and and oh God, that's quintessential housewife delusional thing you want to see.
Well, look, I've seen a lot of people say this in regards to bringing back some of these housewives, including Phaedra. Phaedra will be on Watch What Happens Live with the, throwback to the past, whatever. Look, I'm okay with bringing back a sprinkle of the past, not the entire cast of the past. I want to round this out and just say thank you to my panelists. Last minute quick thoughts. I'm going to start with Miriam. Quick, please.
I hope they hold Porsha to the fire and they disclose of unseen footage on the reunion, I hope Bravo grows some balls and they hold their talent to the fire, because we know what happened between her and Bolo. At this point, we just need to know who else was in the mix. Was it a 4? Was it a 5? Or was it a 6 some? That is the question that you need to ask Kempire. Not, they made it bigger. Yeah, it might not be 20 inches. It's 18. Okay?
Okay.
And that's it.
Thank you, Miriam. Kimberly, last minute thoughts on this Marlo interview. Are you looking forward to part 2?
Yes, I'm looking forward to part 2. I wish they would fire Shamoya, fire Drew, but I know that's not happening. I would like them to. Why don't they put Delicious on and her husband? I follow their IG. It's pretty interesting. Put them on. Like, make T.S. Madison a friend of the show. Like, do something. Because I don't know if production is trying to sabotage the show, because they're cutting out so much. And then when I watch Speak On is actually more entertaining than the show. So I don't know what's going on, but they just need a new production crew, new editing, and then they just need to like add some more people in.
I like the T.S. Madison
boring,
part.
Yeah, I think that would be good because she's entertaining.
Oh my
Plus,
God.
she's not going to have them go in on her. Yeah, that's not happening. Like, she can just start on the front of the show and just see how it goes.
Oh, I like that idea. You hear that, producer?
And her wigs are laid.
Kimberly. Thank you, Kimberly, for calling in.
Okay, you have a nice day.
You too. Jason, last minute thoughts. Are you looking forward to part 2 of the interview with Marlo on Speak On It?
I am. I actually agree with Kim. Get rid of Shamila and get rid of Drew. I'm actually really excited about the Marlo part 2. It was funny because when I saw the preview, I was like, is she going to be able to drop this? And they didn't really spill any tea on part 2. And then she released a video and was like, oh, I guess the good stuff is going to come next. But Marlo has to be careful, though. And I love Marlo to death, but she has to be careful with always saying, I'm going to drop receipts or drop text messages. You're not going to really keep friends like that. You're going to make people feel uncomfortable being friends with you. If every time you get into an argument, you're talking about dropping a text message, right? So, but yeah. And then last but not least, I think the reason why Porsha seems so checked out, I feel like this was edited just like Potomac was edited, and Porsha is just like Giselle. I think Kenya wore her out. They didn't show it, and she was just over it.
Wow. I wonder if we're going to get that tea.
Yeah. That's what I think.
That's a very good point. I wonder if that's what it was. And I have to give it to Kenya. Look, I know y'all probably think I'm team twirl. I'm in the middle. I'm team me all day. But I honestly believe that Kenya really holds her composure this entire reunion. It's like, it's hard to see anyone make Kenya get flustered. The only time we saw that was last season with Ken. Mark.
Right. Right. Same person, different genders. But I appreciate it, Kempire. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thank you so much. And last and definitely not least, St. J. Last minute thoughts. So you're looking forward to part 2 of the interview with Marlo and Kandi?
I'm looking forward to part 2. Marlo was also on Watch What Happens Live last night. If anybody watched. And one of the guests was like, something, when are you getting a peach? And Marlo's like, yeah, Andy.
Oh.
And Andy's like, yeah, I see all the comments everywhere that say that. And one of those Andy Cohen answers like, yeah, this is the thing people ask for. And yeah.
I just thought, look, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think they're just some behind the scenes things that they're just never revealing, both on both sides, both on the executive side, but also on Marlo's side.
I do too, because my understanding was always when Marlo came on the show in season 4, she was coming on the show to be a peach. And then the show, things moved how they moved, and she was a guest. But I'm excited for part 2. I think that Marlo has a lot to give, and her life is a lot more interesting now than it was in previous years. I definitely thought Marlo was going to go on Speak On It and hold Kandi to the fire more.
Yeah.
And because even when Shamoya went on Speak On It, she held Kandi to the fire. Like, girl, is that really what you heard? Oh, if you're staying out of it, stay out of it. So I was expecting Marlo to come more like well, Candy Girl, you know, you told me X, Y, and Z. So hopefully that's what part 2 will bring.
Right,
for
that's
us.
what I'm saying. Well, we haven't seen part 2 just yet.
And yeah, in conclusion, bring back Sheree, bring back Kim, and don't promote Marlo, but keep Marlo around.
Say, Jay, thank you so much.
Bye.
First of all, before we go, 185 people in the chat. Like this video if you haven't. If you're watching this afterwards, be sure to like the video and let us know your thoughts on anything that I said, anything the panel said. Do you want to see Sheree and Kim come back? Do you want to see someone else come back? Let me know in the comments, and let me know if you thought that Marlo really brought a lot of tea to her Speak On It with Kandi, and if you're looking forward to Marlo's part 2 interview, which I believe will be coming out next week. If you missed our Real Housewives of Atlanta recap last night, be sure to check out the links in the description. Also, you can see the video that I dropped today in regards to Femtaro's reading of Drew from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Marlo, Cynthia, who else? Porsha, and their future. Will they be coming back? What really happened in Tampa? Who slept with Bolo? We covered all of that and more. And if you want more information on how you can support the channel, links are available also in the description and also my social media. Thank you to my mods. Thank you guys for the super chats. Thank you for the people that called in. I appreciate you guys. Stay tuned. Turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out when we go live, when we upload. Just uploaded 2 more videos this evening, so be sure to check those out. If you're looking for our Married to Medicine conversation, that was posted just a couple of hours ago, so check out the Married to Medicine recap and let me know your thoughts on that latest episode. I did watch Dr. Heavenly's live, and woo, Anila and Toya, they ain't friends no more, y'all. Let's talk about it on that video. Have a great night, y'all, and I'll see you very, very soon.